Hi everyone, welcome back. If you're new, my name is Blair and today I'm sharing a very exciting video. You can tell by the title, today I'm doing my Charlotte Tilbury collection and ranking video. I had always really wanted to do a Charlotte Tilbury collection video because I do have quite a bit of her products, but I thought it would be kind of fun and very challenging for me to rank all of my products. And let me tell you, this was not easy for me to do. As most of you probably know, I love Charlotte Tilbury and I have quite a few of her products. It was not easy for me to rank them, but I did my best and hopefully you guys like this video. It's kind of a 2-for-1. You can see my ranking and my collection of her products. You might want to grab a snack or some coffee or whatever you're drinking, some wine, whatever, because this is going to be a long video. I'm going to try not to go on too long about each product, but I could talk about Charlotte Tilbury makeup all day, so that's going to be a challenge also. Let's go ahead and get into the video. Let's go ahead and start. Like I said, this is going to be a long video. I have 30 products that I'm going to be ranking today. I'm not going to rank colors of items I have more than one of. I'm just going to rank the item itself. So like for example, the lip cheats, I have a bunch of those, but I'm not going to include individual colors in the rankings. I'm just going to rank lip cheats on their own, if that makes sense. So coming in at number 30, and this was not easy for me to rank anything as my least favorite Charlotte Tilbury item, but I did end up going with her lip luster. This is a lip gloss, and this is the shade Pillow Talk. I only have one of these. I have a swatch on my hand. I don't dislike the color or anything, obviously. I love Pillow Talk. I don't like that these are sticky and kind of thick feeling on my lips, and I just don't find myself gravitating towards this. If I'm going to use Pillow Talk something, I'm going to use the Lip Cheat or the Matte Revolution lipstick. I just don't really reach for the lip luster. So this is going to be my least favorite at number 30. It's not the worst lip gloss I've ever tried by any means. It's just not something I find myself really wanting to reach for. So number 30 is going to go to the lip luster. Moving on to number 29. This was kind of hard, and now I've honestly redone this ranking like 4 or 5 times because I could never decide if I was ranking things the right way. But anyway, I'm going to go with number 29 is my Lightgasm palette from Charlotte Tilbury. First of all, it is not due to packaging, because one of my favorite palettes that I own based on packaging is this one. Look at it. It's like a kind of a pastel, I don't even know, kaleidoscope looking package. It is gorgeous, and the inside also looks gorgeous. It has a bronzer, 2 blushes, and then a highlight shade, and you get a pretty mirror in here. The reason I'm ranking this so low is I do not find myself reaching for the palette. I reach for her individual products. Her cheek to cheek blushes and her bronzers on their own are much better than these to me in the palette. They're okay. They're pretty. They're not as pigmented as her other products, I would say. So it's not a bad palette by any means. I just don't find that I really want to reach for this, so that's why I'm ranking it so low. I would never get rid of it because it is so pretty, and I do use it from time to time, but it's definitely not up there in terms of products that I find myself reaching for all the time from her. So this is going to be number 29. I don't even know if you can get this anymore. I want to say they still had it last time I checked on her website maybe, but I'm not sure. Anyway, beautiful packaging, but not my absolute favorite. Moving on to number 28. This product is relatively new to Charlotte Tilbury. I mean, it's not brand new, but it's pretty new. It's her Pillow Talk eyeliner. Honestly, when I bought this, I thought this was going to be something that I reached for all the time, and it's not horrible by any means. I like it. I just don't love it. I don't love it like I thought I was going to. So that's it right there. It's kind of it's a really pretty plummy kind of purple. And I don't know, maybe it's because it's called Pillow Talk and I don't see this shade as a Pillow Talk shade. I don't know what it is, but I just never reach for this. I reach for two of her other eyeliners so much more that are going to be a little later on in the video, but I had to rank this low down because I just don't reach for it. I will say the formula is very, very creamy, so I do like that about it, but in general, this isn't my favorite, so this is going to come in at number 28. Number 27 may be a surprise to some people because a lot of people really love this product, and I like it, but it's not something I use often, and it's the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. Again, packaging, 10 out of 10. I love it. In fact, I actually leave this sitting out on my vanity because I love how it looks. I think the packaging is so pretty, but based on the price and the amount of product, I just don't think that this is something I would personally spend $100 on. I believe this is around $100, and I think it's a very pretty moisturizer. It does leave your skin looking very dewy and plump, and I do love that look, as most of you know, but it also has a good bit of fragrance in it, and I'll have to go back and look at the ingredients list. I don't believe it's added fragrance. It might be, I'll have to check, but it has a pretty strong scent to it. And it's a pretty pleasant smell. It's not like it smells bad, it smells good. I just try to stay away from super fragranced skincare products, especially before I put on makeup, because I already have sensitive skin, and anything that might irritate it, I try to avoid right before I put on makeup, and that's why I'm ranking this at number 27. I think it's a nice moisturizer, and I know a lot of people love it. If you're not sensitive and you have the money to spend, I don't think it's bad, but I'm not crazy about it. To me, if I'm going to spend that amount of money on a moisturizer, I'm going to spend it on medical grade skincare, not a moisturizer from a makeup brand, if that makes sense. So the Magic Cream is going to be my number 27. Number 26 is going to go to her Hollywood Beauty Light Wand. And let's see, this is the shade Spotlight. So this is, I believe this was the original Beauty Light Wand. Now she has a few different shades, but this is the shade Spotlight. I like this for the color. I love the way it looks. I think it's very pretty, but the packaging is, I hate it. I do not like this packaging. It makes a huge, huge mess. So hopefully you can see, that's it right there. It's not, it looks more blinding in person, but that's it on my hand. It's a champagne-y kind of gold highlight, but it is pretty for sure, but it's very expensive, and I just cannot get on board with this packaging. Like, look at this. Hopefully you can see. Like, stuff just comes out of it, and I know you have to turn it to the off position when you're not using it, and I've been doing that, but mine is still leaking, and I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or what, but because this is so messy, I find I don't reach for it. It's not because I think it looks bad on me. I really like the way it looks, actually. It's just, I don't reach for it. I reach for a bunch of her other highlighting, illuminating products. So for those reasons, this is going to be pretty low down at number 26. Okay, moving on to number 25. I know I said I wasn't going to rank specific items that I have multiple of, but I am going to rank her eyeshadow quads. I'm going to include the different palettes in the ranking because I feel like these palettes, I need to rank them because I don't have too many and I want to share with you which one I would choose over the other. So number 25 is going to be her Quad in the Exagger Eyes shades. So here's what it looks like. I remember when I got this was the first quad I got from her, and I saw pictures and I loved it, and I do like this quad. I use it sometimes, but based on my other eyeshadows from her, I use this one the least. So I had to rank this one pretty low down on my list. Some of the shades, like this shade in particular, I think it's the Pop shade right here. It's an interesting color. It's kind of, like, it looks almost gray in the pan, but then when you swatch it, I don't know, it's not super, that's it right there. So it kind of has like a grayish shift to it. And I just don't find myself wanting to use that color. I do like the Define shade in here. It's kind of a rosy kind of nude color. I do like that one, and this is really just based on the colors in here. I love her quads, but of the ones I have, this one would be my least favorite. So this one is going to be number 25. Number 24, we have another eye palette actually, and this one, I'm not sure what the deal is with the name of this palette. It's this little 6-pan palette. It says the Smoky Eye palette on the back, but I've also seen this called the Darling palette. So I'm not sure if she renamed it or maybe the Darling palette is a little bit different, but this is what it looks like. And I got this during the Nordstrom anniversary sale last year. And to be honest, I've probably only used this once or twice, mainly because the colors in here do kind of remind me of one of the other palettes I'm going to mention a little bit later, and I used those more than I used this one. So that's why I'm ranking this low down. I do like the colors. It's a very warm palette. So you could definitely make a smoky eye with this, but it's definitely going to be a warmer smoky eye. They are pretty, but I don't find that I reach for this all the time. So this one is going to come in at number 24. A lot of people are probably going to be surprised about number 23 because this is pretty low down in my ranking, and I feel like a lot of people really love this. The Film Star Bronze and Glow would be my number 23. Mainly because I have always found that the bronze shade in here is a little too cool toned for me, or maybe it just pulls really cool on me, but I prefer a warm or more of a neutral undertone in my bronzers, and this is just a little bit too cool sometimes. Now, I do like to use this occasionally. After I've used a warmer bronzer, I'll use just a little bit more of that, like right underneath my cheekbone. Not a necessary step, but I do that sometimes if I'm feeling kind of bougie, like I did do it today for this video. But because of that reason, I don't reach for this that often. And again, I like the highlight in here, but I prefer some of her other highlighting products. So I just don't reach for this a whole lot. So for that reason, this is going to be my number 23. Number 22 would be her Collagen Lip Baths. So these are also lip glosses. In fact, I definitely like these a lot better than the lip lusters. They are not nearly as thick or as sticky and tacky as the lip lusters. The reason these are pretty low down in my ranking is because I find that I reach for other lip glosses like my Buxom lip gloss or my Fenty Gloss Bomb. I reach for those more than these. I do like these though. They're nice. My favorite is the original Collagen Lip Bath. I think it's, yeah, Refresh Rose. It doesn't have a whole lot of color to it, but I use it a lot as like a lip topper. Like today I have on just a little bit of that right in the center of my lip, and I do like that, but I don't reach for them that often. I like them, but I do have other lip glosses I like a little bit more. So these are going to be my number 22. Moving on to number 21, and that's going to be her Matte Revolution lipsticks. So this one is the shade Pillow Talk, and honestly, I obviously love the Pillow Talk shade. I do use this lipstick occasionally. The reason I'm ranking this as number 21 is I do not love matte lipsticks, and that's true across the board. I always like more of a hydrating, kind of a shiny lipstick formula, I guess. I'm just not a huge matte fan. However, I do use the Pillow Talk lipstick and then put a gloss on top, and that does help a lot. Also, I will say that her mattes are not nearly as dry as a lot of matte lipstick formulas, so it's not a bad formula at all. Just based on the other lipsticks I have from her that I reach for most, I would have to rank the Matte Revolution as my least favorite. That is the shade Pillow Talk right there. And again, so beautiful. I love the color and I do wear it occasionally. I just like to put a gloss on top. So number 21 will be her Matte Revolution lipsticks. For number 20, that is going to be her Kissing lipsticks. I only have one in this formula. I have the shade Nude Kate, and this is a very, very nude lipstick. And this one, I would say, is kind of in between the Matte Revolution and the Hot Lips lipsticks. This one is not matte, but it's not super shiny either. Kind of right in between, more of a satin finish. So that is Nude Kate right there. It is a really pretty color. I'm mainly ranking this based on the formula and not the color. So this is going to be my number 20. Again, I do wear this, but I do like to put a gloss on top when I do, just because I prefer more of a really moisturizing, hydrating lip formula. So number 20 is going to be her Kissing lipsticks. Number 19 is actually going to be her makeup brushes, and I have 3 of her brushes. I'm just ranking brushes from her in general. As number 19, I have the Powder and Sculpt brush, I have the Eye Smudger brush, and I do have the new Air brush that came out just a few weeks ago with her bronzers. And for this, I will say the airbrush is my favorite of the 3. It is a really nice, soft kabuki brush. So I do really like this brush. I also like the other 2, but they're not so great that I would spend the money on these again, I don't think. Like this brush, I want to say is like $40, and then the smudger is in the 20 something dollar range. They're nice brushes. They're great quality. The handles are very sturdy. You know, you can tell a really nice makeup brush just by holding it. These are very, very nice, but I can't say that I would choose these out of all of my other makeup brushes, many of which are a lot less expensive than these. So these are going to be number 19 for me. Again, if you have the extra money to spend on them, they are great quality. They're beautiful brushes, but they are going to rank number 19 for me. Number 18. So now it's getting harder. This is where it gets very difficult for me to rank because I have so many things from her that I love. So number 18 is going to be the Airbrush Flawless Foundation. So this foundation, I actually have it on today. I sheared it out though with her Flawless filter. That's how I like to wear this foundation. I don't love it by itself. It's very full coverage and it is very matte. And if you know anything about me, you know that I like glowy face products. I am just not a huge matte makeup fan in general. That's why I'm ranking this at number 18. I like it. I wear the shade 4 Warm and it's a pretty good match for me. But on the daily, I choose lighter weight, less coverage foundations, so I don't reach for this a ton. I will say this is a great foundation for a special occasion when you're wanting, your makeup to really last and stick, this is a good one. It does last a very long time, comes in a great shade range, and it's nice. It's just not something I reach for constantly, although I do like how it turned out today. Like I said, I did mix it in with the Flawless filter though. So number 18 is going to go to the Airbrush Flawless Foundation. Number 17 is going to be her Eyes to Mesmerize. I have two shades. I have the shade Jean and Marie Antoinette. Jean is newer to me, and I prefer Jean over Marie Antoinette if I had to pick. I like these. These are a very nice cream shadow formula. Based on my other products in my collection, I don't use these as much as I do some of my others. But they are beautiful. They last a long time. They're very creamy. You get a lot of product in here. I'm going to swatch both of these for you. So we have Marie Antoinette and Jean. Marie Antoinette, Jean. Again, very nice, very creamy, and they do set on your eyes, and when they set, they stay. So I do like these. I do use them sometimes. In fact, I have been using the shade Jean pretty often, and they're beautiful. I like them. They are kind of pricey though. I want to say they're around $30 or so, maybe. I'll have to look it up, but these are very nice cream shadows. If I were choosing personally, I would choose Jean, mainly because I like more of a champagne-y kind of golden color with my cream shadows typically, but Marie Antoinette is very pretty also. It's definitely more of a cool tone, kind of a taupey gray color. But I do like these, and they are very beautiful. So number 17 goes to the Eyes to Mesmerize. Number 16 is going to be her Rockin' Kohl eyeliner, or it's a liquid eye pencil. This is a really interesting product because it is in a pencil form, but it definitely has more of a liquid liner feel to it when you apply it. So this comes in a few colors. I have the shade Barbarella Brown. It's a really dark chocolate brown, and I mainly use this honestly for my waterline. This stays on me at least really, really well in the waterline. I do sometimes have issues with liners not wanting to stay and kind of just rubbing away as the day goes on, but for me, the eye kohl pencils from her definitely last. So I use this pretty often. It's on my everyday makeup table, so when I do tight line my eyes, I will go in with this. So number 16 is going to go to the Rockin' Kohl liquid eye pencil. Number 15 is going to be another eye pencil. It is her eye powder pencil. This is the brown shade that I have, and I must say I use this quite a bit. It's very easy to work with. This is my favorite eyeliner from her because it gives you the same look that eyeshadow as liner gives you, but it's a little easier to get more of a precise eye look with this since it is in a pencil form. I do have this on my eyes today. I have just a little bit of a wing that I did with this pencil. It's very soft, but not too soft. It's a really nice formula. I use this a lot, actually. I use this quite often, and it's definitely my most used eyeliner from Charlotte Tilbury. This does come in black as well, I believe, but I do have the brown. I prefer brown for my skin tone and my eye color, but the black I'm sure would be nice as well. So number 15 is going to go to the eye powder pencil. Now this is getting really, really hard. I'm sitting here making sure I don't want to change this ranking, so I'm going to go with it. Number 14 is another one of her eye quads, and it's her newest quad, the Desert Haze. And I just did a video on this, I guess like a week or two ago, and it is a beautiful quad. I love this. I believe this is only her second all matte palette. She has one other quad called the Sophisticate. I do not have that one, but it is also all matte shades, and I gotta tell you, these shades are really pretty. They are so buttery and smooth and very easy to blend. That is one thing I have to say about Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadows. They are pricey, but they blend so well. They are very, very high quality. And I love this. I do love these colors. I will say this is definitely going to be more of a spring-summer palette. This doesn't really scream fall to me when I see it. It's definitely more of a bronzy kind of look, like the bronzer that she released. But I like these. I do think I will continue to reach for this. Like I said, I just got this not that long ago, but I do have to rank it pretty high up because so far I have been really impressed with this. So number 14 will be the new Desert Haze Eye Quad. Number 13 goes to her Instant Eye Palette Starry Eyes to Hypnotize. So this came out last year for holiday, so 2019, and this palette is so beautiful. The only reason this is not in my top 10 is because to me this is definitely more of a holiday time palette. New Year's, Christmas. It has so many shimmers in here that this is not going to be an everyday palette for most people, and it's not for me. But when I have used this, I love how my eyes turn out. The colors in here, there's such a nice variety. You get neutrals and you get really pretty pops of color in here. You do have 2 matte shades. It's mostly shimmers, but there are a few mattes. So I love this. Also the packaging, so pretty. This really pretty electric blue. I love this. Would highly recommend it. I don't know if you can even still get this. I think this was limited edition, but I love it. I would never ever get rid of it. It's one of those palettes that just brings me a lot of joy just by looking at it. I just think this is so, so beautiful. So number 13 is going to go to the Starry Eyes to Hypnotize palette. Number 12 is going to go to the Instant Eye Palette, the Pillow Talk one. This palette, okay, first of all, I have to know, does anybody else feel the need to keep boxes for makeup that you really, really like? Because I could not throw this box away. This baby pink with the rose gold lettering, I could not throw this away. I just couldn't do it. So I've had this for months and I leave it in its box because I just can't throw this away. This box speaks to me in itself. The Pillow Talk palette is going to rank 1 step higher than the Starry Eyes palette just because this is more everyday makeup friendly. So you do get fun shades in here, like these bright pinks, but you get a lot of neutrals. And you do have more matte shades in this palette as well. So it's definitely going to be more daytime friendly. And this palette just, I love it. I don't even know what to say about it. It is so beautiful to me. You can do a lot with this palette actually. Yes, it has that cohesive Pillow Talk rosy pink theme, but you really can do a lot with this. And let's be honest, anything with Pillow Talk on it for the most part, I'm a huge fan of. So I love this palette, and again, I think it's worth every penny. When I have used it, the shades blend beautifully. I've had no issues with it, and I love this. I will continue to keep it in this pink box just because I cannot bring myself to throw this away. Let me know in the comments if you like to hold on to pretty packaging, like pretty boxes that makeup come in. This is one of those that I just could not get rid of. I couldn't do it. So number 12 is going to go to the Pillow Talk Instant Eye Palette. Okay, we're approaching the top 10, so this is getting very hard. Number 11 is going to go to her Light Wonder foundation. This is definitely more up my alley for every day, much more so than the Airbrush Flawless foundation. So I do use this one a good bit more than that one. I love this. This is such a pretty radiant foundation. It's very lightweight. It does have a radiant finish, so if you don't like luminous finish, you would not like this, but it's very, very nice, and it's a pretty light to a light medium coverage. It does, I believe, have SPF in it. I want to say it's SPF 15. I really like this foundation. I use it quite a bit. I will say the shades in this foundation I feel like could be a little bit better. This is shade number 4 and it does work for me, but it's not a perfect match. This is a gorgeous foundation, especially if you have more mature skin and you don't like something super thick, but you like a little bit of coverage, you like more of a lightweight feel. You would love this. I think anyone that is worried about accentuating lines or just doesn't like to feel like they have a lot of makeup on their face, this would be a great foundation to try out. So number 11 is going to go to Light Wonder. Now we are in the top 10, and I do want to say that I love all 10 of these products, so there's not a huge difference between number 1 and number 10, but I did force myself to rank them. So here we go. Number 10 is the Wonder Glow Face Primer, and I use this constantly. I really do. I have it on today under my makeup. This is a very bronzy primer, so it's not so much of a highlighty looking bronzer. It's more of a, gives you like a subtle golden glow to your skin. And I'll swatch it for you. I don't know if you're going to be able to see on camera. It just gives your face a little tiny bit of color and a little bit of a golden kind of hue. It's very nice. It has hyaluronic acid in it, I believe, and it is a beautiful primer. It's very hydrating. It looks great under pretty much any foundation. I don't think I've tried this with a foundation that I didn't love it under. I use this constantly. It is in the same tube as the Light Wonder foundation, so not to get it confused with the foundation, but the Wonder Glow Primer is beautiful. If you like a luminous glow and you like a little bit more of a golden undertone to your face products, you would probably love this. Would definitely recommend it. This is also really nice to mix in with foundations. I actually mix this with my It Cosmetics CC cream sometimes, and I love the way that looks. So would definitely recommend it. A really nice, beautiful, luminous primer. So number 10 goes to the Wonder Glow. Number 9 is going to go to the Magic Away Concealer. If this were in a different package, this would be ranked higher because this is a gorgeous concealer. It is not a full coverage. It's definitely more of a light medium kind of coverage, but the finish is so pretty. It's so nice and natural looking. It's not dry looking ever under your eyes. It's not cakey looking. I love it. Honestly, if the applicators were different, I would definitely rank this higher. But I will show you. I have 2 of them. I have shade number 3 and number 4. I use both just depending on what I'm in the mood for. As you can see, these concealers get so messy. I mean, you can see the product is coming out, like they are just messy. Very, very messy, and they're also very hard sometimes to even get the lid off of. I've heard a ton of people say that actually. They're beautiful though, so beautiful, and I do use them. I will continue to use it. I would repurchase because I love how it looks on my skin, but I do wish they would put this in a different applicator. I just don't love that about it, but it's a gorgeous, gorgeous lightweight concealer. So number 9 goes to the Magic Away Concealer. Number 8 is going to go to her Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. This is a gorgeous setting powder. You can see I do love it. I've hit pan on it. I would definitely 100% repurchase this. I have mine in the shade number 1 Fair, and this is a beautiful powder. It is very blurring. When they say it kind of blurs your pores, it really does. It gives you just an airbrushed look to your face. I use this a lot. I also do like this under my eyes because it's not super thick and it doesn't leave a weird powdery kind of cakey look. So I love this. It is a gorgeous powder. I love that it's in a compact. I know a lot of people like loose powders. In fact, she has a loose setting powder that I've never tried. It's called like the Genius powder. I can't remember the name, but I've never tried it. I love that this is in a compact. I reach for this all the time, and when I run out, I will definitely repurchase this. I couldn't rank this any higher, just solely based on the fact I don't use powder all the time, but it is a gorgeous one. If you need a new powder, you cannot go wrong with the Airbrush Flawless. So my number 8 spot is going to this powder. Number 7 is going to go to her Cheek to Chic Swish and Pop blusher. I have two. I have the shade Ecstasy and Pillow Talk, or the original Pillow Talk, and I love both. I have original Pillow Talk on today, but I use Ecstasy all the time as well. So you have Pillow Talk and Ecstasy. What I love about these is they are pretty pigmented, but they also give your cheeks kind of a highlighted look. So you can almost not use a highlighter with this, especially with the Pillow Talk shade. You have the pop right in the center, and this is, I guess it's a light pink color, but it definitely could work as a highlight. So when you mix the two, it gives you a blush color and a little bit of a highlighted look to your cheek too. So I love these. The Ecstasy shade is more of a peachy pink. It's more peach on the outside, and then it has the pink pop in the center. These are supposed to swish around the edges and then use that on the high points of your cheek, and then you pop the center shade on the apple of your cheek. So you can really use this multiple ways. You could just use the outer rim, you could just use the pop, or you can mix them together, which is what I typically do. I love these. I use them all the time, and I would like to buy more. Honestly, the next time Sephora does a sale or Charlotte Tilbury does a sale, I will probably pick up another shade of these because I love them. I reach for them all the time. I think they are gorgeous, gorgeous blushes. So my number 7 goes to the Cheek to Chic blushers. Number 6 is going to go to her new Airbrush bronzer. Now, I know I have not had this for very long, and honestly, I'm surprised I'm ranking something this new so high up, but as soon as I used this the first time, I knew this was going to be one of my favorite products from her. I have the shade Medium. I did do a whole review of this new collection from her that I will link in the cards for you if you want to watch that, but this bronzer is so, so pretty. I do have it on today, and I love it. This is going to be a go-to product for me for summer for sure. And I will say, I love everything about this, really. I love the packaging. It is a huge bronzer. You get so much product in here, and the formula is obviously mirrored after her Airbrush powder. It gives you that blurring effect, but in a bronzer, which is amazing. It also has hyaluronic acid, and it is even refillable. So it does have the little hole here where you can pop out the insert and buy refills, which is really nice. I don't have anything bad to say about this. Like I said, I'm wearing it today and I love it. I will continue to use this a ton, and this is going to be my number 6. Number 5 is going to go to my last eye quad, and I love this. This is what I have on my eyes today. I love it so, so much, and it's the Pillow Talk quad. This quad, I know a lot of you, if you're watching this video, you probably remember when this quad came out, it was very hard to get. It was sold out pretty much everywhere. Every time I would go to buy this, it was out of stock. Finally, I found it, and it was love at first sight. I use this a lot. I love this. I rank this the highest of all of my eye products because this is a perfect eye look. These 4 colors, it's very, very easy to use. I have the Enhance in my crease. I have the Smoke kind of in my outer corner, and then I have the 2 shimmers on my lid. And to me, this is the perfect eye look. I love these colors, especially if you have green eyes. I can't say enough good things about it. I get really excited when I pull this out and open it. I just love it. And so my number 5 is going to go to my Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk quad. For number 4, I'm going to go with her Magic Vanish Corrector. I did a video a few months ago about my favorite correctors ever. If you're new here, I have dark circles all the time. So I experiment with different correctors all the time. I'm constantly trying new ones, and this is one of my favorites. It's consistently been a favorite since I got it. It comes in 4 shades. I have the lightest shade, which is Fair. You can see it is very well loved, and I use it quite a bit. What I love most about this is typically cream concealers or correctors that come in a pot like this are typically a little bit dry. So they usually do give pretty good coverage, but they can be kind of drying. This one is not. This is a creamy corrector with a lot of coverage, which is a win. In my book, there's nothing I don't like about it. I did use it today and I love this. I don't have anything bad to say. If you need a new corrector and you have a good bit of darkness, you like something hydrating, this is what you need to try. Seriously, I love this so much, and paired with the Magic Away concealer on top, I love it. Hands down, one of my favorite correctors I've ever tried. So my number 4 is going to be the Magic Vanish Corrector. Okay, 3 more things. We're almost done. Number 3 is going to go to a lip product, and it is her Hot Lips lipsticks. I have 3 of them. I have 2 of her Hot Lips 2, and then I have 1 of her original Hot Lips lipsticks. I have the shades Kim KW, which was one of her original Hot Lips lipsticks, and Dance for Princess, which is Hot Lips 2, and JK Magic, which is also Hot Lips 2. I love these lipsticks. These are my go-tos when I just want to pick something really quickly and not really think. I choose one of these 3, or I mix them. Today I actually have on Dance Floor Princess with Kim KW on top. But I love JK Magic too. This has made its way into multiple videos here on my channel. I love these. I'm going to swatch all 3 of these because I love them all. I really do. So we have Kim KW, Dance Floor Princess, and JK Magic. Honestly, you could mix all 3 of these. I've done that before and I loved how it looked. Like I said, today I have Dance Floor Princess and Kim KW on together. I love them. If you like hydrating lipsticks and you like really neutral shades, she does have color, like pops of color. She has some reds and some really, really bright pinks, but she makes a lot of pretty neutrals. So if that's your thing, I would highly recommend these. Now, I will say the Hot Lips 2 are a few more dollars than the original ones because these are refillable as well. And the packaging on these is, I guess they're supposed to be kind of like celestial. I don't know. The packaging on the Hot Lips 2, they're so pretty. I love them. Honestly, I try to buy a Charlotte Tilbury lipstick every so often just because I kind of like to collect them and they're so nice. I definitely want some more of the Hot Lips 2 lipsticks, but I can't say enough good things about those. If you like hydrating lipsticks, not sticky, very thin and moisturizing, but have great color payoff, these are for you. So number 3 is going to go to her Hot Lips lipsticks. And now I've been filming for a while because my camera is about to turn off because it's getting too hot because I've been filming for a long time. But number 2, if you know what number 1 and number 2 are going to be, comment them below. I might have just given number 2 away. Number 2 is her lip cheats. And I have quite a few of these and I love them all. That's why I did not include the colors in the ranking because I love them all. I could not rank these because I just love them. I love everything about them. I will tell you which colors I have and I'll try to swatch them quickly. I have Pillow Talk, I have Love Trap, I have Hot Gossip, I have Super Size Me, Bond Girl, Iconic Nude, and Pillow Talk number 2. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 7 of these and I love them all. I do have multiple of the original Pillow Talk. I have one in my everyday makeup. I have one in my vanity, and I think I may have a third one somewhere too. I love that one like everyone else does. And these lip liners, I can't say enough good things about them. The colors I love. The formula, so creamy, but they do stay put on your lips. I even really love all of these all over my lip. Not just to line, but also just to fill in your lips and throw gloss on top. I do that quite often, and I love them. I love them so much. I can't say anything bad about them. Here are my swatches. They're really bad because I did them really quickly on my hand. But here they are. We have Pillow Talk number 2, Bond Girl, Super Size Me, Hot Gossip, Iconic Nude, and Love Trap. I love them all. You can see a theme. They are all very neutral, and I use them all the time. Can't say enough good things about these. This has got to be my number 2 product because I reach for these constantly. I do have on the original Pillow Talk lipstick today, and then I have Dance Floor Princess on over that, like I said earlier, and I also have a little bit of Kim KW on as well. I love these. I think these are definitely my favorite lip liners in my collection, so I had to rank these as my number 2. And we have made it to number 1. If you're a huge Charlotte Tilbury fan, you may be able to think of which product is going to be number 1, and I kind of agonized for a little while over which one of these products would be number 1, because I use the lip cheats constantly, and I did think of making them number 1, but I had to go with the Hollywood Flawless Filter. If you have seen my videos before, you will probably know I use these all the time. All the time. I use this for minimal makeup days. I use it for more heavy makeup days. I love it. I can't. This is definitely a product that as soon as I start getting the least bit low, I would buy a backup of this because I love them so much. Today, like I was saying earlier, I do have on the Airbrush Flawless Foundation, and I mixed shade number 3 of the Flawless Filter in with this when I applied it, and then I used shade number 2 as a highlight on top of my foundation. So I have shade number 2 and number 3 on top. I love everything about these. You can mix them with foundations. You can put it on top as a liquid highlight. You can use it as a primer. You can even put this all over your face and use a little bit of concealer, and you get the most gorgeous, glowy, lit from within look with just a little bit of coverage from your concealer. I can't say enough good things about this. These do come in 6 or 7 shades, I believe, and I love them. I would recommend this to anyone. It's definitely her standout product in my opinion, and it's my number 1 in my collection. And that's it. That is my whole Charlotte Tilbury collection. I don't even want to know how long this video is going to be. I know it's going to be a long one though, and I hope this was interesting. I've seen a bunch of people, or some people do collection videos, but I haven't done really a collection of a full brand, and I haven't done a ranking video either. So I thought this would be a really good 2-in-1, and yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. Let me know in the comments if you have a number 1 product from Charlotte Tilbury or a number 1 product that you want to try. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I did want to also say that this is a pretty large collection of makeup, and yes, her products are very pricey, but this is a collective collection. I have not gotten all of these things all at once. This is a very slow growing collection. I would just get a thing here or there, and I've accumulated quite a bit of stuff, but she is my favorite. Charlotte Tilbury is my favorite makeup brand by far, so I thought this would be a fun video. Let me know in the comments if you liked it. Make sure to give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Remember, simply be you. Bye.